Well, since President Trump's inauguration, we've seen the Army, Marines, Coast Guard all utilized to secure the border. And now the Navy is being deployed as well. The Pentagon announcing the USS Gravely, a naval missile destroyer, will help with maritime border security. NewsNation's Jorge Ventura is live. Jorge, how exactly does this new move play into the border strategy there?
When Nichole, the U.S. military continues to expand the role when it comes to border security, first on land and now at sea. NewsNation learning that the warship USS Gravely will be playing a role when it comes to countering illegal immigration, weapons trafficking, and transnational crime on U.S. waters. This comes under the deployment of U.S. Northern Command. The officials also saying that the USS Gravely did depart from Virginia's Naval Weapons Station, Yorktown, over the weekend, and right now heading towards U.S. territorial waters covering the continental U.S., Alaska, Canada, and Mexico. The deployment of the guided missile destroyer that last year was involved in shooting down an Iran-backed Houthis rebel ship. U.S. Northern Command officials saying that this deployment supports President Trump's executive order at strengthening the border and enforcement at sea. And typically, the U.S. Coast Guard patrols the outskirts of the Rio Grande in the Gulf and San Diego. The Department of Defense now saying that this new major operation shift does give the U.S. Navy a direct role in stopping those threats before reaching American shores, Nichole.
All right, so Jorge, summarize the major changes that we have seen when it comes to this new administration.
Yeah, so when it comes to border security, President Trump launching a full-scale operation crackdown when it comes to illegal immigration, but also targeting Mexican cartels by designating them terrorist groups, basically giving the U.S. government the same legal framework to attack these Mexican cartels the same way they do with ISIS. And all this has led to a huge plummet when it comes to those illegal crossings. Now, the Department of Justice has streamlined terrorism charges, increasing penalties, and fast-tracking warrants when it comes to Mexican cartel members. Now, at the border, the Trump administration has deployed over 9,000 active duty troops, deploying striker combat teams, also reinforcement aerial support with Black Hawk helicopters to assist Border Patrol agents on the ground. The Trump administration also pressuring Mexico to deploy 10,000 troops to its border. All that has led to a huge plummet in those illegal crossings so far in the month of March. DHS sources confirming to NewsNation that those illegal crossings are hovering around 244 per day for the entire southern border. Now, when it comes to the interior of the United States, ICE has also ramped up their reinforcements, as well as the agency so far has arrested over 32,000 people in just 50 days. And more than of last year, of those large-scale arrests, nearly 75% have criminal records or pending charges, including over 1,000 gang members and 39 suspected terrorists, tripling last year's numbers. And it's not just enforcement numbers making an impact. Immigration attorneys saying that this level of self-deportations is higher than expected.
I'm very surprised with the amount of self-deportations. I knew there would be self-deportations, but not at the level I'm seeing. Like I said, many of these immigrants are going to other countries to look for other, look for new beginnings in countries that don't have aggressive immigration laws.
And then when it comes to detaining and holding migrants, Guantanamo Bay has also played a role as well. The Trump administration sending what they call the worst of the worst. Now, the Trump administration did over the past recent weeks send 40 individuals detained at Guantanamo Bay back to the U.S. An official did confirm to The Hill that as of now, there are 0 migrants being held at Guantanamo Bay. There's still no plans if any more will be held at this moment. And also, Nichole, Secretary Noem also confirming to NewsNation's Bradley that since the Trump administration has taken office in January, those illegal crossings are down 95%. I was recently down there in the Rio Grande. They're seeing less than 100 people cross per day for the entire sector, Nichole.
All right, Jorge Ventura, live for us there in San Antonio. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.